就可以直接用小黑板去写就行了。那可以拿过来吗？小黑板。Okay.
后边有。
That's easy. Okay, I can explain to you now. Yeah. The Chinese word disease is called yeah. Okay. 哦，就这样就行。Okay. 你帮我拿一下，就这样就够了。Okay, this part is normally representing a disease. Okay, this one 里面的这个 this one. 丙 this is like English A B C D E F G. This is like C, right? This is 甲乙丙. Okay. Why do the Chinese pick up this word here? Because this one 丙 represent fire. You see, you've got 5 elements: fire, water, earth, yeah, wood,
air and water.
yeah, and water, something like that. And this represents fire. And the 5 elements have relationship with the 5 organs in our body. We've got spleen, kidney, liver, heart. Being represent heart, because heart is a fire. Okay? So in Chinese, when I say you have a disease, that means your heart has a problem. If it is not a heart problem, what if it is an emergency? That is not a disease. That is called a Ji. Okay? There is another word. This part is the same, but inside is this. This one here is different from this one. This one in Chinese, okay, 可以拿走了这个. Is yeah, is an error. That means it's injured by something from outside. So that is not considered disease. But of course, it is also uncomfortable. But it's different in nature. So if you are sick, have a disease, that means you all have a problem in the heart. Then the question is, why do so many people have heart disease? And the answer to that is also simple. It's because heart is the most frequently injured organ. From your childhood until you die, you're constantly injured. Let's say you are a little boy, a little girl. If you're given 1 candy, your brothers or sisters are given 2. You are not happy, right? In school, some other classmates, their grades are higher than yours, you are not happy. Or somewhere, for the little girls, they wear more beautiful, dresses than mine, I'm not happy. Or when you grow up a little bit, you fall in love, you are definitely hurt. So that's why, no matter you are black or white or yellow, or Chinese, non-Chinese, all the girls in love have the same expression. My heart is broken. They never say, my foot is broken. Because it's always the heart, yeah, injured, right? Then, up till now, you're all grown up. You got a house, you got a family, you got husband and wives. You got so many relations and job, so many things to deal with. It's always stress. So the stress means a kind of hurt on the heart. That's why we have so many heart diseases. But heart in Chinese medicine is called king. If we take the body as a kingdom, heart is the king organ. So when king is somehow wrong, makes a mistake, or somehow uncomfortable, the whole kingdom wouldn't be at ease. See? Then your kidney, your liver, your spleen, your stomach, your gallbladder will be all in trouble. That is why you have all these diseases. So this is also why when I teach Paida Lajin, we begin with the 4 general parts. we always begin from here. Why? Because this is where the heart and the pericardium meridians are located. If you start from here, you always figure out your heart problems first. After doing here, you can do your knees, hands, and the feet.
Is it left hand or right hand?
Always both.
Both.
Always both. So another issue arises. And people will ask me, always, I have a headache, where should I sleep? I got diabetes, where should I sleep? See, the answer is very clear, okay? Since it's so hard to find out which meridians deals with which, or how many blockages are related with how many diseases, the easiest way and the most efficient way is to do all of them. This is what I call carpet bombing. That is a word used in Vietnam War. That is, every inch you just do it. Okay? Now if we have our own hands or slippers, you just do it. Ah, we can do it now?
Yes.
Okay.
She's going to
Yeah, this is not a medical treatment. Then let's move here, okay? Let's move on. This is funny. When I was in Switzerland, we borrowed the Italian culture from the Consul General to do the auditorium because the Chinese community couldn't find a big auditorium. So after the meeting, after the seminar, we had dinner together. The Consul General asked me, is it really as magical as what you said? I got tennis elbow. Can you hear this? I said, okay, this is a piece of cake. How do we do it? We just lay about at the dining table. 10 minutes later, he could lift things easily. Yeah. So, this is in Lesotho. His Majesty the King. This is actually his palace. And he is so eager to learn. The day we met, supposed to be formal, but he dressed very informal, casual. I said, why? He said, I'm ready to do the Lajin. You see the Lajin bench there? It's the same as this one. Yeah. And here's actually the best one. You look at this one. Oh, yeah. Okay, this one. This is the first time I went to a mosque in the Muslim. This is the biggest mosque in London. These are all the Indian Muslims. Why do they invite me to do a big seminar for them? It's because they sent 2 people all the way to Switzerland and Germany to attend my workshop. What happened? Easiest thing is the knee problem. Okay? This is too dark. That's okay. Because many Muslims, they would kneel down to pray every day, many times. So the knee problem is a big deal. But then if you slept, it's just so easy. So easy. They have all kinds of strange names for the knee. Some call degeneration, arthritis, or there is water in it, or there's injury in it. In the United States alone, every year, 400,000 surgery just on knee. That's billions of dollars. This is just left. Okay. Yeah. This is the Archbishop of Lesotho. He got the knee problems. Okay, it's easy. He just slept in his office. 20 minutes later, I can walk easily. And he asked me a question. Why don't you teach those doctors to do it? I said, those doctors don't like anything that doesn't use medication. He said, we have in our church, because Lesotho is basically a Catholic country, we have St. Joseph Hospital. I said, if you can make an arrangement, I would like to go and have a talk. So 2 days later, I went to the hospital with all the doctors, a big seminar, and also another nursing school. Yeah, it's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
See, that's in Tibet. The second time I went to Tibet, I already taught them how to do it all by themselves. That's in the hospital, St. Joseph Hospital. Yeah. This is all the doctors and the nurses. Yeah. This is all the doctors in Switzerland, both Chinese and the Western medical doctors. Yeah. They just love it. Yeah. That is Taiwan's Congress. This is very funny. Because the Taiwan's congressmen, they sometimes fought with each other with fists. So the Taiwanese say, okay, you teach them a new kung fu. They can beat up themselves. And it goes to the healing job. Yeah. That is from India. It's a cancer. This is a letter. I just cut the letter here. See? The cancer became smaller and smaller. Being treated for a long time in the hospital. It didn't work. Now, after doing this, it's almost done. Yeah. This is the frozen shoulder. That's in Berlin. Yeah. Okay. Ear problem. 中耳炎, I don't know how to speak in English. It's always liquid, painful, kind of flame out. After doing this with the slappers, 3 months so gone. He used to have to use this alcohol every day, but now no more. Yeah. This is really good. Okay. This gentleman is now 90 years old. When he was 89, he was in the hospital for a long time until the doctors and the family members gave up. So he came to a stage of hospice. That means no more medication. So he was sent to the senior age home. The owner of that senior age home, she learned how to do this Paida Lajin. 你还是回到刚才那一张。 He could hardly believe and hardly open his eyes, just like ready to die. Can I slap a little bit to help you breathing? Because as we mentioned just now, this meridians here goes all the way to the chest with heart and the lungs, okay? A lot of flame here. So after doing this, you could smooth very smoothly. So next day, said, can we do a little bit more on all the major joints? Because at that time, his whole body was swollen like a balloon, all swollen. So after doing that, what happened? The whole day he was poo-poo, he was urine, for a whole day, many, many times. But then he totally changed into another person. All the swollen, gone, especially the kidney problem. And this gentleman also had high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes. In the following days after Paida Lajin, blood pressure normalized, sugar level normalized. So when they talked to me, I said, there is a secret formula here. What is the secret formula? It's the hospice. Because hospice, that means no more medication. That is great news. If you give the medication, even worse. So if you Google strike, hospital strike, you will find many, many funny things. In the United States, Canada, Israel, Colombia, in all these countries, they had hospitals on strike. What happened? When they were on strike, the death rate dropped dramatically. Normally, if it is 1 to 3 months on strike, the death rate would drop 50%. You can check, you can Google it out, from the internet, So, in this senior age home, this is a 95-year-old lady and another 88. They both have Alzheimer's. It's extremely good for Alzheimer's. How good? It's almost 100% effective. What do I mean by effective? That means it improves their health condition. They lost the memory is better. They could hardly see, their seeing, view is better. They could hardly walk, they could walk. This lady here, she used to use, they both use chairs or wheelchair or the sticks. Now, no more. So it's very useful. So we already talked, what is a disease? It means blockages, okay? As long as we unblock, it works. In fact, all these Chinese medicine, different methods, they're doing the same thing. Unblock the blockages. So if you clear the meridians, then the yin and the yang will be balanced. Then you are healthy. When I say healthy, it's balanced. So this is why in the Chinese classical medical book, Paida Lajin, they call a healthy person a balanced person. That we really did just now. Yeah. Then why do we pick up self-healing? In fact, all healing is self-healing. Doctors are only assistants. This is what is said by Hippocrates, who is the founder of Western medicine. He said the same thing. Nature heals. Nowadays, you look at animals. Animals don't have a doctor, but they still survive and live. And for human beings, millions of years, we lived without a doctor. You use the nature, this kind of self-healing power. That's what I call, see, this is old time. People look at the body, it's only a skeleton. Then in the recent centuries, it's all chemical and biological. Then it's the meridian. But the scientists call it magnetic or something like that, or electromagnetic. Yeah.